I really like the look of those islands. They look very natural. So it's definitely a major improvement. I love it. Hey guys, this is going to be a very simple, very straightforward video. As I'm sure you all know by now, I love boats and ships and spaceships. That's been a recurring theme on my channel for many years. So I thought since the tile builder and world builder in Scrap Mechanic has been almost entirely revamped and improved, it's a good opportunity to check out what the limits are when it comes to creating a water world now. So we're going to experiment with it and see what we can see. It's also why I built that boat a few episodes ago. So that being said, let's get started. Alright, today's going to be like the last video in that sort of series that I've been doing with the tile builder experiments and tutorials kind of thing. Today I want to build a water world and I want to make it as big as possible, and I want to experiment with a few different methods of making a water world. So the first one is going to be very easy. I'm just going to turn this small tile, actually I want to make sure it's a small tile. I want to turn this small tile into just water all over the place, and then I'm going to use that small tile and copy it a bunch of times into a world tile, and then I'm going to load it up and see what I see pretty much. So let's turn water on here. Let's use the height brush, set it to maximum settings, and then just press Control and click, and then the entire world is going to turn into water. But as you can see, this is something I noticed in the tutorial that I did. The edges, they remain. They refuse to go down underwater. So I think that's going to cause problems when we copy this tile into a world. I think these edges will remain, and so it's not going to look very good. But let's just see it for ourselves. We're going to go 2 by 2 because what 2 by 2 means is it's 2 small tiles by 2 small tiles. So that way I don't have to copy that tile 100 times. Boom, 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 boom. Alright, so so in the middle of those 4 tiles there seems to be a very, very tiny island. This really does not serve a purpose. There is no point in doing this. The next thing we're going to do now, we're going to use the XXL. So now we're going to turn this entire humongous tile into water, the same as I did with the small tile, and I want to see how long it takes me, because we're not going to copy it a bunch of times. It's just going to create the same effect as with the small tiles, but at least, you know, with a large tile like this, I'm going to have, you know, some room to play around with, maybe create some islands and stuff. And what I want to know is how long it's going to take me to sail from one end to the other. So we're going to do the same thing here. And this is how big the XXL tile is in relation to the biggest world that you can make. Okay. Now I can already they spawned me somewhere in the middle here. Okay, so we're gonna go from here to the other end, and we're gonna follow that edge there, and I'm going to time how long it takes me. I'm gonna time it on my phone, and I'm also gonna add an overlay timer on the screen so you guys can follow. Okay, so I have my phone set to a stopwatch. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, go. stop. So on my phone, I have 2 minutes, 24 seconds, and 83. So 2 minutes and 24 seconds to go from one end to the other end of that extra large tile, which, I mean, it's still impressive. So yeah, this next method, I'm not going to be using the tile builder. The only way that I can think of where I can build a world that's even bigger than this is by going 32 by 32 and then covering this entire thing with water using one of these new tools right here. So paint ground, we're gonna paint water all over this place. But I feel like, oh, okay, yeah, I can make it bigger here. Yeah, all right, that's better. So from field to field. So now I'm gonna have to sail around until I find the fields, and then I'm gonna go to the other side and see how long it takes me to sail from one side to the other. So I just need to set myself to be straight with the fence or the edge of the world, and I'm gonna go straight that way, and hopefully I'm gonna find the fields, and I'm gonna time it. I'm gonna put the timer on the screen again. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, start. I really like the look of those islands. They look very natural. Like, this looks amazing. I love it. It's so much better than custom tiles. So much better. It feels so much more natural. And stop. So I'm at 4 minutes 26 seconds, which is pretty good. It's not bad, but obviously it is not as big as the raft mechanic mod. I saw a video of how Dr. Pixel, did for this mod, and like he took the original survival world and he just turned it into water using coding. Now, obviously, if you're not a coder, which I'm not a coder, I can't do what he did. If you're not a coder, if you're like me, then yeah, your best option is to just go to the world builder, take the paint tool, paint the entire 32 by 32 world into water, and then just put a few islands here and there, and then you'll be left with something that looks like this. And I think it looks great. I think I love it. It's way better than the previous version of the world builder, because you couldn't do something like this. So it's definitely a major improvement. I love it. But obviously, if you want something that's even bigger than this, then you're gonna have to go the Dr. Pixel route, which is to learn how to code and do what he did and take the original survival world and then turn this huge world into water. So yeah, that's gonna be it for today. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. Leave your thoughts in the comments. All feedback is welcome. You guys take care, and I'll see you all soon. Bye bye.